Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Harmonizing. Hey, I got time on my hands, so I roll more trees. Yeah, ready for more miles.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the second episode of Talkin Spit. Here with my boy Ty. What's up, Ty? How you been?
What up, man? It's been a little bit of a crazy week and a half, but we haven't seen you guys in a while, so we had some technical difficulties that I'm hoping we have alleviated for the long term. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Just working, fucking hustling.
Yeah, we had a nice what was it, about another hour and 40 in content, but our files got, as we were encrypting the files, they got corrupt, so we lost the whole show. But we're gonna re-bring our guest on at a later date, and get caught back up with that, and we'll get that out to you guys. Probably not the same topics, obviously, because we're a week removed from our last topics we were talking about, and stuff has changed significantly since. So today we're going to talk about, we're going to just recap the Super Bowl a little bit, give you guys some of our thoughts on how the game went and the outcomes and everything that followed. And we're also going to be giving you draft style our top 5 games that we've ever seen. Doesn't have to be in person. Could have been on TV or in person. It doesn't matter. But it's going to be like a top 5, a couple honorable mentions in there. Ty will go, then I'll go, and then we'll alternate like that. So it's going to be a pretty fun show. Talk about, different points of view on games that have touched us, close to the heart. So I think that's going to be a pretty fun aspect of the show. Ty, what's your opening thoughts about Super Bowl 5-5?
So, it wasn't a Super Bowl that I watched, so I actually skipped out on this one.
Okay.
Partially because I don't have cable. I primarily stream, content.
Yeah.
So I don't really.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I don't really. Usually, if I watch something that big, I go over to a friend's house or a buddy's house. But I didn't watch it, but I recapped it. I got highlights, and I tell you what, man, do not bet on fucking Tom Brady if you think he's going to fucking lose in the Super Bowl. I think percentage-wise, I think we know now enough to, it. But in the same sense, though, it's like, dude, those NFC teams that he played, they could have probably beat the Chiefs. But I think Bruce Arians had a really good game plan going into that game. I really feel like that was what changed.
As much as I respect Tom Brady, 7 Super Bowls, obviously. How can you not respect the guy? Everybody out there that says he cheated to get 3 or 4 of them, blah blah blah. Shut up. But I'm gonna go the opposite way on this one. Don't think that because there was one bad game that Mahomes was exposed and that he's gonna go away. The kid's a great quarterback. He had no line in front of him. His receivers and tight ends were dropping the ball. I think it was Next Gen Stats had him that he ran 497 yards behind the line of scrimmage before letting passes go, and that's the most in modern era Super Bowl. So I don't think he's going to go away. I think they're going to tighten up that line. He's not going to be playing with 3rd and 4th string linemen. He'll be back.
Yeah.
One Super Bowl loss isn't going to define him. Just like three Super Bowl losses isn't going to define Tom Brady. Right. So he'll be back. He'll be back and better than ever.
Yeah, he's got a long career ahead of him. Minus if any barring injuries, but it seems like he takes pretty good care of himself. So.
Absolutely.
But
I'm telling you right now, if I'm anybody, I'm jumping right on that TB12 diet, dude. What the hell,
dude?
He still looks like he's 35.
Dude, it's so funny because that's all. I've been listening to podcasts and people talk about it. They're like, bro, this TB12 diet must be the real fucking deal. Meanwhile, I'm over here I got fucking Slim Jims and some fucking, marshmallow peeps and shit. So, but yeah, man, I really feel like, dude, it's hard to bet against Tom Brady anymore, man. And who knows if this is it for him. I don't think he has. Obviously, he doesn't have anything to prove.
I'm pretty sure he said on the podium that he's coming back.
Yeah. And I don't doubt that he would, Yeah.
But
there was an interesting stat that I seen today. I think it was posted by maybe SportsCenter or ESPN that what was it? The career starts of Patrick Mahomes and Russell Wilson. So their first season as a starter, they both lost in the playoffs. Second season, won the Super Bowl, and then third season lost.
Season lost to Tom Brady.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I saw that as well. That's crazy.
So,
that's definitely interesting that they both started out that way.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as Russell Wilson goes, I'm hearing that he wants more control of personnel decisions and stuff like that in Seattle. But we'll touch on that whenever that. I'm sure that situation is going to get way more sensitive down there. I'm sorry. I'm from Pittsburgh, so I say down there for everything. Over there, it's gonna.
Over there.
It's gonna
dart in your neck.
It's gonna get more sensitive over there if the management over there takes that to heart from what he said. But
gotta invest in your own lines, kids.
No, but a couple points I want to throw out is Lenny Truckstick, my boy Leonard Fournette. He did his thing. Ha ha to all you Pittsburgh fans that whenever he was a free agent said, "I wouldn't sign him. He sucks." Ha ha. He's a Super Bowl champion, and you haven't won shit in the last 10 years. Also, shout out to AB. Breaking Tyron Matthews' ankles on that little 1-yard touchdown catch. I got a little bit hyped for that. So I'm not one of those people who are a hater. He left Pittsburgh, on his terms, but doesn't mean I don't want to see him, do well.
Had a almost Johnny Manziel-esque breakdown almost, and somehow came back.
Yeah, and he's a Super Bowl champion now. Something he can say that he didn't get in Pittsburgh.
Right.
Who's another one? Shout out to Antoine Winfield Jr. for the big old
peace.
Peace. I was pointing at the wrong camera. Peace. I have two cameras up on the top of my setup here, so.
I gotcha.
Yeah, but that was the best penalty in the history of the NFL. Just going to throw that out there now.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen anything quite as entertaining in a 31-9 blowout. So,
yeah.
I think that Tom Brady should. I don't think the technicality that he's a quarterback, and quarterbacks often win Super Bowl MVPs. I think it's a little outdated, I believe. So it was the team around him was just stellar, man. Like everybody was doing their job. I thought for like the first half that Gronkowski was going to win the MVP, and I thought they were going to break another or make history again because no tight end has ever been the Super Bowl MVP in 55 years. So he definitely thought he was going to get it with that start. I think if he would have had more yards, he probably would have got it. But since they were like 2 short touchdowns, that wasn't, sufficient enough to get him the MVP.
Yeah, and you can tell if you watch the tape, because this is basically what I did when I didn't watch it, so I watched the highlights afterwards, and I rewatched the highlights from their meeting earlier in the season. Man, it was a night and day difference for that defense for Tampa Bay, man. Night and day difference. Yeah,
absolutely. They were. I mean, it's a little bit of a difference whenever Kansas City didn't have a very good line. Mm. They were playing like third and fourth string guys. Switching their positions, so
yeah.
There's actually a really good really good interview the other day on 93.7 The Fan here in Pittsburgh. They had Max Starks, former Steelers lineman, on, and they were talking about how difficult it is to switch from one side of the line to the other side of the line, because it literally is, there's a difference in your body that, like, because in one position you have to have your left leg back, and in the other position you have to have your right leg back. So it literally, there's something about the anatomy of your body that literally changes. So it's a big difference.
Yeah, it's almost like muscle memory.
Yeah. So like if you're used to, this is exactly what he said. He said if you're used to writing right-handed, he said exclusively write with your left hand for a year, and think that your right hand is gone, because there's nothing when you're moved positions, there's nothing you can do about it, and you have to learn to play that position. That's why some people that are, come out of the draft and they're right guards, and people are like, oh, just move them to left tackle. It's like you said, it's a night and day difference between positions.
Yeah.
But not that that's an excuse. I'm just it's just it was a very interesting story to hear an ex NFL lineman say that. But yeah, I mean, the secondary, man, they shut Tyreek Hill down.
Yeah.
They gave Kelsey everything he could have wanted, and even he dropped a couple balls. The running game for the Chiefs was pretty much non-existent. I mean, with no line, you weren't going to get anywhere really anyway.
Yeah.
The first quarter was really interesting, because I was like, oh, well, this is gonna really fuck up the over under here for the people that took the over, and it did. It ended up being under.
Yeah.
As many people, I didn't think it was going to be like that. I don't think anybody thought that game was going to end up that way.
No.
I could have seen either team winning by 10. There's no way I saw
like
somebody getting beat by
blowout. Yeah.
22 points. Yeah. So that's it might have been the worst Super Bowl I've ever watched. I mean, entertainment-wise.
Yeah.
The entertainment value of that Super Bowl was pretty one-sided. Unless you were a Tampa Bay fan or somebody rooting for Tom Brady, it was kind of honestly.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, I mean, kudos to Brady and company, man. Like, they pulled out another one, and it's
absolutely.
It's crazy because, like, you think, like, oh, like, it was the Belichick, Brady, and everybody found out real quick who was picking up a lot of that slack and making that team what it was.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I'm gonna say Belichick is a very good head, probably one of the greatest head coaches. I mean, it helps when you have Tom Brady in your game plan.
Yeah. Like
Bruce Arians said, he said, we let Tom coach here. If he wants to do something, we let him do it. He said that they didn't have that. He said that Brady didn't have that kind of freedom in New England, and he's more than welcome to have it here. So, I mean, we saw Brady's an architect, man, and he's the GOAT, and he will forever be the GOAT.
Yeah.
I believe that he just enshrined himself as probably the greatest professional athlete that we'll ever see, or that anybody has ever seen.
Yeah, and that I mean, it hurt. Like I said, I fucking for years, man, I couldn't stand Tom Brady and this and that. I mean, I was a big, even before Peyton Manning got to the Broncos, man, I was a really big Peyton Manning guy, and dude, it's you can't sit here and fucking hate the dude. He's fucking won 7 fucking rings, so I mean, what's the fucking point of hating him? I mean, he's doing great, and let him.
I mean, he has the most stones in the galaxy. Even Thanos only has 6. Just a little Avengers joke there.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know where they go from here. Do they get I know Mike Evans said that he is willing to take a significant pay cut to keep the team together. So we'll see what happens in the offseason. We're going to have a lot of fun talking about this offseason because there's a lot of trade rumors and free agency rumors and stuff like that. So we can get into that, going into the spring and into early summer. So
yeah, absolutely.